All right, everybody. It says we're live. It's approximately 11:59 a.m. 11/27/20. Um, I actually saw this on Pastor Paul Begley, just a clip of it. So I went ahead and did some research on it. When it comes to breaking Iran's top nuclear scientist assassinated. Also, Israel strikes Iranian Michelin or crap. Having a bad day. Michelin's militants. Jeez, what a way to start it off. Militants in Syria. How you doing, Sister Chrissy, Sister Rhonda R, Renee Bester? Um, what I'm going to do is wait for a few more people to come in, and what I want to talk about. If many of y'all don't know, President Trump talked about just a few days ago that he was planning on bombing the hell out of Iran's nuclear stash capabilities, their underground bunkers, etc. And I believe that he was going to use a mini nuke. And he was told by the top brass that wasn't a great idea. What I think this may be is the old saying, cut the head of the snake. Well, when you take out the top nuclear scientist, assassinate him, then that to me is a form of cutting off the head of the snake. So I'm on this stupid YouTube live stream. I'm not on StreamYard, so I can't pick people up, bring them on. I'm only going to be on for a minute. I can't even share the screen. I probably could, I just don't know how. And I really don't care because I'll get the. See, I just hit a button and I don't know what the hell that did. But I'm going to read this the best of my ability. You all know that I read and spell like a drunk 3-year-old. If you're new to the channel, and my reading upsets you or offends you, you can kindly go suck a big fat one and go somewhere else. So let me click on this. Let me see if it's even showing me. Bear with me 1 second, everybody, please. All right, Wall Street Journal. Iran says its top nuclear scientist killed in an attack. It was an assassination, is what it was. Should have seen the car. I wish I could have found pictures. Are you kidding me? That's all they're going to show. Oh, here we go. A top Iranian nuclear scientist was killed near Tehran. If I butcher these Islamic names, I could care less. Dumbest names I've ever heard in my life. According to the Iranian state television, the last blow to Iran's controversial atomic program. Moshen Fekadudu, whatever his name is, considered the father of Iran's nuclear achievement program, was shot and killed outside the capital of Iran. Iran state television said, adding the attempt to revive him failed. Well, yeah, it failed because he was lit up like the 4th of July. And this is going to be one of these stupid ones where they want me to subscribe to. I don't know who you are, so I'm not answering. Let me try something else real quick. So I don't have to subscribe to their stupid newspaper. All right, let's try BBC. Now, like I said, if you go back and you remember, President Trump wanted to go ahead and drop a mini nuke on Iran's, where they were producing mass amounts of uh, nuclear capabilities to create a bomb. And he was told by many at the Pentagon, no, 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 you don't want to do that. That's going to create civil, not civil war, World War III, but we have another option. So if you don't think Trump, not Iran, but I'm sorry, I got a major headache too. Israel has a major part in this. Um, you really need to do your research. I know y'all can't see this because I share the screen. They show the car, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 21 bullet rounds right in the his windshield facing him. I guess he was the only one in the car, but Frankenshire, whatever his name is, died in the hospital after an attack in Absard in Damiavan County. I wish they would just learn how to spell and, you know, these stupid freaking names. Iran Foreign Minister Mohammed Javed Zafari has condemned the killing as an act of state terror. Western intelligence agencies view blah, blah, blah as being behind the covert Iran nuclear weapons program. Well, if they knew that, Western culture, such as ourselves, there would be a reason to go ahead and assassinate him. Iran's foreign minister, Mohammed Javed Zarif, has I already read that one. If Iran ever closed, if Iran ever chose weaponizing, there's his name again, Fakar Rakashai or whatever. I really don't care. Um, would be known as their father of the Iranian bomb. That's what they were going to call him, Mr. Fragilistic expialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, would be known as father of the Iranian bomb. One Western diplomat told Reuters news agency in 2014. News of the killing comes amid fresh concerns about an increased amount of enriched uranium that Iran is producing. 14%, that's for me, 14% more uranium. Enriched uranium is a vital component for both civil nuclear power generators and military nuclear weapons. I'm sure I'm going to get a whole bunch of Iranian trolls on here. Iran insists it's a nuclear program exclusively for peaceful purposes only. Yeah, right. You scream death to America, death to America, death to America, yada yada yada. Then you finally get down to the nitty gritty, and you're just months away from creating a nuclear bomb and your top scientist gets wiped out, but you're once again, I'll say it. Iranians insist the nuclear program is exclusively for peaceful purposes. Okay. Yes, I know they need to make it for power, etc. Because some of these Iranians they want the light on when they're in a stall with the goat and they're doing the dirty and the nasty with their goats. They'd like to have some nice lighting. Fragilistic expialidocious, even though the name of it is something quite atrocious, name was specifically mentioned in Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's presentation about Iran's nuclear program in May 2018. If you all don't remember that, that's when Benjamin Netanyahu had a backboard behind him. He had some CDs from his intelligence. He had maps, etc. And he said that they knew exactly where all these um, uh, nuclear plants were, so to speak, and pretty much nobody believed him. So, but once again, Trump was told, do not bomb Iran, do not bomb their nuclear facilities because there's a strong possibility that you're going to take out a lot of civilians. And this basically doesn't want to be your legacy if Sleepy Joe, Creepy Joe, Sniffing Joe, Dry Humping Joe gets in office. But there is another way. Well, I think they were correct. There is another way. Cut the head off the snake of the top scientist, the top nuclear scientist. In a statement on Friday, Iran's defense minister said, Ahmed, or armed Ahmed. See, I'm so used to when I'm reading, which I suck at reading, but when I'm reading a report from Iran or something like that, I see a word. I think it's got to be some kind of Arabic word, but the word was armed. I was like, Ahmed. Okay, armed terrorist targeted a vehicle carrying. See, this is now they're saying it was armed terrorist from a local militia, which is total bullshit. This is all America. This is all Israel, as far as I'm concerned, because they mentioned it about a month ago, maybe even 3 weeks ago, that let's not nuke their site. We have a different way, a better way. So, in a statement on Friday, Iran's defense ministry said armed terrorists targeted the vehicle carrying Mashen supercalifragilistic, you know the word, head of the ministry research of innovation organization. After the clash between the terrorist and his bodyguards, Mr. Supercalifragilistic was severely injured and rushed to the hospital. Unfortunately, medical teams' efforts to save him were unsuccessful. Minutes ago, he passed away. Well, let me tell you something. If I can show you this picture, I'll put it on the thumbnail. When you get shot 30, 40, 50 times in the chest, in the face, the neck, etc., it's kind of hard to survive that. Iranian media reports said the the attackers opened fire on the scientist in his car. Fars news agency earlier reported this was over 2 hours ago that this just happened. So this didn't happen yesterday or day before or whatnot. There was a car explosion in Abshrad town, whatever that means, with witnesses reporting that 3 or 4 individuals who said to have been terrorists were killed. Unfortunately, on here, it doesn't talk about the Shortly after the bombing or the assassination of the scientist, Israel struck Syria with a very large airstrike. So, but I can't find it on this one. It was on the other one, but I had to subscribe to it. So, anyways, who was Mashan Francadilia expialidocious? I really don't care to read that, but I will. Supercalifragilistic is the most renowned Iranian nuclear scientist and senior officer of the elite Islamic Revolution Guard Corps. Oh, I'd love for everybody to give a moment of silence for this piece of shit goat turd. Once again, superfragilistic whatever doses is the most renowned Iranian nuclear scientist and senior officer of the elite Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Wow, he was a good guy. Well, guess what? You're deader than disco right now. He has long been spoken about by Western security sources as extremely powerful. He's not powerful anymore and instrumental in Iran's nuclear program. According to the secret documents obtained by Israel in 2018, he led a program to create nuclear weapons. Remember the name? Hold on. Remember that name. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said as he identified supercalifragilistic idiot as the head scientist of the program. Goes to show you Benjamin Netanyahu was correct. And when it comes to Israel, Israel has a lot of really good intelligence. I don't know how they get it, but I wanted to report on this. I don't even know if anybody's in the chat. Okay. 33 in the chat. Sorry about my reading. And if you don't like my reading, to anybody that comes and watches this in the archives, please go ahead and suck a big fat one. And once again, when I say suck a big fat one, I'm not being perverted. Go out in your yard, find a dog turd, put it in your mouth, suck on like a lollipop. Anyways, see, there's a lot of people in the chat here. So, is this going to be something that's going to kick off Gog and Magog? Quite possibly. Quite possibly. And you have Israel that just did a major airstrike on Syria. How far were they from Damascus? Like it says in the Bible, Damascus will become a ruinous heap in the book of Revelations in the end days. Hate me, a Jude. Well, Keith, we have good and bad. We have good black people. We have bad black people. We have good white people. We have white trash. We have uh, great Mexicans. We've got horrible, trashy Mexicans. Um, you cannot bundle them all up in one and say, I hate me, a Jew. You may disagree with their government, etc. But it does say in the Bible, bless those who blesseth thee and curse those who curseth thee. So, speaking of the apple of God's eye, talking about the Jewish people of Israel. So, tread lightly on that one. Read some scripture or something, and I don't never bash Jewish people by any means. Brother Benny, great to see you. I just seen you highlighted my name there. Much love. God bless. Sister Renee Vester, great to see you back. Sister Love Pugs, crap. See what happened the other day? I had to take wrenches away from everybody because somebody, sorry, Love Pugs. somebody went ahead and deleted over 60 subscribers. So I had to wipe the whole slate clean and wait. And here you go, Jesse. Sister Jessie Wessel. Jeep Jean, here you go. There's your wrenches back. Wasn't sure exactly who the troll was or how many trolls there were. So, but when it comes to could this be the kickoff of World War III? Okay, you know that Russia has ties with Syria. Now, Iran or Israel goes and bombs the living crap out of them. We go over to Iran. I believe we do. It wasn't Iranian um, militia groups that went ahead and executed him in his own car. Like I said, Trump said before he leaves office, he knows where all the bombs are. He wants to drop a mini nuke and blow it all up. Now, if that would have happened, once again, it would have killed a lot of innocent women and children because in the Islamic State, that's what they use as protection. They use women and children and they place them all around for what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, protection, human protection, but there's a different word for it. I can't think of it right this second, which is sickening that they would do that to children. So, what's the next best thing to do? Well, cut the head off the snake. Mr. Califragilisticexpialidocious is, I guarantee you, he's being introduced to hell. Muhammad's like, come on in here. This is where we get raped. This is where it's about 330,000 degrees. Oh, every time your skin melts, it'll grow back. All that pain you feel in the screaming. Yeah, this is hell. Enjoy it. It's nice to see you. And we got a spot over here for George Soros. We got a spot over here for Obama. We got all kinds of spots, but this is your spot. There's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. Well, guess what? Hell's very atrocious, and you're going to spend the rest of eternity burning in hell. So, hey, you play, you pay. All right, everybody. Sorry if I didn't read off anybody's names. Just ran out of air there. But thank you all for jumping in on such short notice. Joker John's in the house. It's all good. What's happening? Capricorn 59, much love. Cheryl O, much love. Mary H. If hair sniffer gets into office, the United States is done. I agree with you. I agree with you to a point, but we have so many of our military, our veterans, and young military that are fighting overseas right now that will be coming home, that have families. You have police officers, you have sheriff's deputies and stuff that are firm believers in the Second Amendment, and they have families to protect. You have old elder veterans, you have proud Americans, you have patriots that's never even gone over to war, but are willing to lay down their lives to fight our country, such as myself. So I think they're going to bite off way more than they can chew. Hey, everybody, real quick, AB's in the house. AB, I'm on this other stupid software, so I can't bring you up, or at least I don't know how. But if you're not subscribed to AB, which I know most of y'all are, he just did a video where he went into Sam's Club, and Sam's Club was packed full with, matter of fact, let me get his link, packed full with food. And the way I look at it is, now is the time to stock up the best you can. We talk about that all the time. If you're in an area where there's plenty of food, plenty of beans and rice, etc., stock up on that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this video. I can't even share it on here. This site sucks. I got to get my StreamYard back up once I get down to Florida. I'm struggling with that too myself. So, um, come on, man. Bear with me, everybody, real quick. I want to get AB's link up. All right, here's a link to AB's channel. I'll put it in a bunch of times. Our beautiful long-haired, bald-headed truck driver, AB, our brother in Christ, with all his hands up. He went ahead and did a video, and once again, if you're not subscribed to him, I strongly urge you to. He doesn't really have much of a channel. He's got some videos on there, but he's more or less a guest. He's pardon my French, I call him a YouTube whore because he goes on different channels and they bring him up because everybody loves AB. So, anyways, check out that video he did. But please, please stock up as soon as you can while the stores are abundant. Hey sis, what you doing in there? Got the penguin going. You must be freezing your rear end off in North Carolina or wherever you're at. Ha ha ha. You got the penguin going. It's actually warm today. I think it was 22 degrees. No, 37 degrees. It's warmed up, but we got a lot of snow coming. So, anyways, everybody, do you think this is going to create? Ravenwood, what's shaking there, sweetie? You think this is going to create our World War III? Um, There's a lot of Iranian sympathizers. I don't know. We'll have to sit back and see. But like I said, Trump said, I'm going to bomb before I go out of power because he didn't want to leave the power in Biden's hand if Biden wins. I want to put a small nuke where they're carrying all their nuclear capabilities and all the not all the top brass, but a lot of the top brass said, no, 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 that's going to create World War III, this and that. We have a different way. And what's the best way? It's almost like a foreman, okay? If you're pouring concrete and you have 4 jitterbugs that never poured concrete in their life, and you have 2 that kind of have for a couple years, but they still suck, then you go and you go ahead and cut off the head of the foreman who has 40 years of experience of pouring concrete. How do you think that concrete's going to look when these idiots, 4 greenhorns that have never poured concrete, and 2 so-called iffy, maybe I've got a year under my belt. Let's go ahead and pour this concrete slab. What's it going to look like when it's done? It's going to look like shit. It's going to hold water everywhere. You're going to have duck ponds. And when I mean, hold water, you have your flat surface and dips from not keeping, from straight edging and or a laser screed or whatnot, keeping the concrete completely level and flat, waiting long enough to put the trowel machine on so it doesn't sink down in the mud, et cetera, which gives you a nice, flat, smooth, glassy surface. So, in a sense, I guess that's the best way to put it. The top nuclear scientists just got lit up like the 4th of July for Iran, and they're like, oh, no, 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 what the hell are we going to do now? So hopefully they're screwed. So we'll see what happens, everybody. Fear no man, never fear death. Get right with God, fight the good fight, and always stay locked and loaded. God bless. And I mean it. Get your ass out there and get your gun, even if it's only a 22 Mossberg Plinkster or something. Even a single round 12 gauge, where you got to break it down, put 1 round in it. They're cheap. They're like $78. Put your slug in there, break the barrel, put your round in, cock it back up. Boom. anything is better than nothing. Justin, my pranker, I hope I hope you're taking good care of yourself. Walking at least walking a mile a day. Are you kidding me? Holy shit, Jeep Gene. You see that door over there? If I walk to that door, I'll probably fall out and have a heart attack. No, I'm just kidding. Sis, a BB gun ain't gonna do you shit. Tell your actually in this time in this day and age, I'm sorry if you're. I'm not saying this about my sister, but if you're a convicted felon or you have a felony, even I'm not you're a non-violent felon, I would make the. Can you all see me fine? If yes, could you press one? All right, it says we're fine. But yeah, if you're a felon or whatever, I would try to. The times that we're living in would rather be judged by 12 than carried by 4. Makes a lot of sense. Just a vapor, hey, sister. Good to see you. We are headed for some very rough times. I believe everybody should be that has a good heart and soul. And so what? You made a mistake. You got a felony when you were younger. Go out, find somebody, do something, and even if you're only locked and loaded with a 22 pistol or a 22 rifle or something, you got to have the upper hand because we're definitely facing some rough times. And to go ahead and wipe out the main head honcho scientist that was in charge of the nuclear capabilities of Iran, there will be some consequences or attempted consequences. And I believe that's just going to open up the door for Israel to go over to Iran. And then I'm sure we'll follow suit after that. And then all hell breaks loose. So, sis, if you still hear me, um, go to find a local auction or something. Find where they sell guns. You won't have to register them or nothing, and you can get them on the cheap. Hell, the Mossberg 12 gauge we got a couple weeks ago. Just the barrel alone on eBay cost $198. I got the whole setup for 180 something before taxes. I would like to learn a rifle for camping. There is bears here. Hold on. I would like to. Then get your ass down to the shooting range, sis. You can rent a rifle. Best thing to do, though, honestly, in my opinion, if you're camping, is have a Taurus 357 Magnum or a 44 Smith and Wesson, something small and short instead of a large long gun rifle. If you're in a tent and a bear does come and starts crawling on the back of your head, like so many campers have been killed, you just reach for your gun, you aim back, pow, 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 then you come out and then shoot. To grab a long gun, a 12 gauge, or a SKS or a AR-15 and try to hold the gun and shoot the bear that has his mouth or your head in his mouth, you're better off, my opinion. Have both of them. Have a 12 gauge shotgun and then have you a little pea shooter, at least a little 22. But definitely 12 gauge is the way to go. The best home defense, I believe, is a 12 gauge 1 ounce slugs. Or you can do like I used to, have one bird shot, then double up buck, then a slug, then double up buck, and then the rest slugs. Now I use nothing but slugs since I've gotten so I'm not like kissing my own ass, but I can pretty much shoot the hair off a gnat's ass from 1,000 yards away, if not further, with a nice 1 ounce slug. All right, everybody, much love. Ms. Mary, we all love you. Sister Love Pugs, we love you. Sister Janet Bolt, we love you. Brother Benny, oh, you need a wrench, Brother Benny. We love you. Hey, sis, I'll give you a wrench. You're now a moderator on your little brother's channel. Go ahead and type something in real quick, sis. Jelly donut or whatever you want to call me. Mitchell, you ain't got one either? Got one now. I had to take everybody's wrenches away and give them all back, probably because there was one or two people. There you go, sis. Your name, look at that. You got that nice, pretty blue dress, and you got your nice wrench. That's for whacking trolls over the head. All right. Much love. Fear no man. Never fear death. Get right with God. Fight the good fight and always stay locked and loaded. God bless. Until next time. Later.